Last night was one night football fans, especially Barcelona fans, will not forget for the reason we saw earlier on where Barcelona fans were booing their players. It was not a surprising to fans that Barca lost, but the number of goal margin was a surprise package. Bayern Munich walloped Barca by 8-2 in the quarter-final game played in Lisbon, Portugal. The win places Bayern in the semi-finals, where they meet the team that wins the last quarter-final game between Manchester City and French champions and French side Lyon. Good morning and welcome to your Saturday morning sports show, Sports Fire on Africa Independent Television, AIT. I am Omofoma Ebari. We have indeed a loaded package, and we shall be taking a look at major sporting highlights that played out in the course of the week. Away from football, we have a special report on traditional boxing Dambe, which is not getting the needed publicity it deserves, despite the combat sport having a large followership here in the northern part of the country, Nigeria. There is definitely the need for the corporate bodies, well-meaning Nigerians, to tap into the sport. We shall also spotlight the UEFA Champions League fixture going down tonight on the backdrop of the game between Barca and Bayern. Lastly, we will talk about Dasra United are now doing everything possible to immortalize late Chineme Martins by resting his jersey number 20. Let's go for this breather as we take 7 days in sports.
Days in sports. My name is Usi Ugo. The Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sonny Dare, charged the Implementation Committee of the report of the Ministerial Task Force on National Stadium Lagos to carry out their assignments quickly, efficiently, and ensure the edifice returns to its original status. The Board of Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, approved the lump sum of $2 million to be distributed to various clubs and football governing bodies of various leagues in Nigeria as a booster for the preparation ahead of the 2020-2021 league season. The total sum is made up of $1 million being FIFA's support for restarting the football season, $500,000 being FIFA's dedicated support for women's football, $300,000 CAF support to its members associations, and $200,000 NFF support from sponsors' funds. Rivers United vowed to seek redress at the World Football Governing Body FIFA and the Court of Arbitration for Sports for their final position in the 2019-2020 Nigeria Professional Football League, which was cut short because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The league management company LMC adopted the points per game rule in deciding final placement for teams in the 2019-2020 season. The technical director of Nigeria Taekwondo Federation, Chika Chukwumerige, said Nigeria's first female Olympic athlete since 2004, Elizabeth Ayanacho, is getting back her confidence after the disappointment of the postponement of the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. The 2004 Olympic bronze medalist has called on Nigerians to rally behind Ayanacho. An unnamed Barcelona player tested positive for the novel coronavirus after reporting back for pre-season training. The player was isolating in his home and was asymptomatic, adding that he had not been in contact with any of his teammates. This year's Paris Marathon was cancelled as France battles against a resurgence of the COVID-19 virus. The marathon, originally scheduled to hold previously on April 5th, but was postponed to November 15th because of the pandemic. And to tennis world number one, Novak Djokovic made a U-turn about not competing in the US Open after his June statement that competing at the event would be impossible due to extreme COVID-19 protocols for the tournament at Flushing Meadows. And on to Formula One, where Red Bull's Max Verstappen won Formula One's 70th anniversary Grand Prix at the Silverstone last Sunday to end Mercedes' run and become Lewis Hamilton's closest challenger. Meanwhile, this weekend Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona, Lewis Hamilton went fastest in second practice for the Spanish Grand Prix on Friday, with Mercedes again looking dominant going into the third and final practice day. And lastly, the management of Nasarawa United of Lafia has retired the jersey number 20 of late player Chineme Martins, who died in March while featuring for the team in the NPFL game against Katsina United. We say may his soul continue to rest in peace. And that is 7 days in sports. Back now to Omofoma Ibari for the rest of the show.
Thanks, OC, for the package that has taken us through the 7 days in sports. Incidentally, OC is also joining me in the studio to put a bit of the analysis together on this day. OC, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm off my belly. It's nice to have been on the show again after a long time.
Tell me you are not a Barcelona fan.
No one will want to be a Barcelona fan at this point in time after the thumping by Bayern Munich last night. Someone will say, I hate to be a Barcelona fan. They hate too. Remember that.
Okay, let's kick the show started. On Monday, the board of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, in a video conference approved the lump sum of $2 million, take it to the bank, $2 million, to be distributed to the various clubs and football governing bodies of various leagues in Nigeria as a booster for their preparation ahead of the 2020-2021 league season. Let me start with you right here now. NFF has come out in black and white to say this is how much we got from FIFA, CAF, and our sponsors, and this is how we are going to share it, or this is how we have shared it. What's your take?
Well, I think transparency is the watchword, and that is what NFF have decided to do. But some might say it's late because over time some members of the press have been eating NFF hard. Come on, let's have the analysis of how you're going to spend this money, and at the right time. At the right time, NFF feel is the best for them. We have the graphic explanation, distribution of how this money will be spent, and that is accountability. You don't want to owe them. We can always owe them to ransom at the end of the day when we see that those monies were not distributed. I remember it's just a proposal. It has not gone to the various sporting divisions that they were.
No, how do you mean a proposal? I listened to the president of the federation, Amaju Pinnick.
Okay.
He said after the tabulation, it was sent to FIFA. FIFA had vetted it. It was sent to the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development. The minister has seen it. The NFF Executive Committee has seen and approved.
When I mean a proposal, it's not started getting the alert. Are you aware?
Mustn't that be the reason why that pressure on NFF to come out with this shouldn't have come out in the first place? Because as at the last time I heard the NFF president talk, he said some part of the money has not been received.
Okay,
even as early as on Monday, this coming Monday, I think the CAF part of the money
just got into the account.
will be coming in.
Oh, it's not even in the account.
It's not in the account.
I think the NFF too didn't do themselves good by not coming out in white paper or coming out clean about all this you're talking about. I'm not aware, and I believe
there was lack of communication.
Exactly. Some journalists are not aware of this too. Probably they will have seen reasons why NFF are not started sharing the money, because some other nations started theirs a long time. So they decided to borrow a queue from there and send it in the NFF. Come on, share this money. You know, when it comes to money, especially palliative money, people are eager to want to get a little from the purse.
I read,
you know, like he's always said.
Meanwhile, the board also endorsed the proposal for the nomination of Senator Obinna Ogba and current chairman, Senate Committee on Sports, to replace late Chidi Ofor Okenwa on the executive board and as chairman of the Nigerian National League. We caught up with Obinna Ogba and posed the question of conflict of interest to him, and here is his reaction.
Anything like conflict of interest. If there's any matter that involves the board of Nigerian football exclusion, the only option is for me to excuse myself, and that's why you have a chairman, you have a deputy chairman of the committee in the Senate. My deputy chairman is very conversant with the game of sports, and the members, they are there. We're up to how many of us? Up to 13 members. So one person cannot disrupt the runnings of the team, of the committee. In the Senate, every senator is equal. Every senator is equal. What this senator can do, the other senator can do it comfortably.
Chairman, Ebonyi State Football Association, Chairman, Senate Committee on Sports, Chairman, Nigeria National League. Your take.
So
is it not too much of a cap for a particular man to wear? First of all, my thought. But if he's capable, if he feels he can do them, fine. And again, I believe one reason why the NFF, in its wisdom, decided to give it to him is probably for funding. You know, he is the head, or the chairman on sports in the Senate, and they are very, very important towards the funding of NFF. Funding of the league, or indirectly also. So probably they want NNL to be funded. NNL is in shambles. I must say this without mincing words. NNL is in shambles, and we need somebody that can handle NNL in the right way. Come on, it's equivalent to the championship over there in UK. But what is happening there? What is happening with our own NNL? Just shambolic display all around. You start hearing about clubs telling you they want to sell. I know a particular club in Kaduna. Each time I see him on social media, he's telling every Tom, Dick, and Harry, I want to sell my club. not just only him, some other people too.
Well, let me put the question this way. When you heard of the announcement of Obinna Ogba, being nominated or proposed to be the chairman of National League, what were you considering? One, competence. Two, the law or morality?
Morality was the first thing that came to my mind. Conflict of interest, and like I just answered right now.
But it had nothing to do with the law.
Of course,
if you are here,
there's no law
stopping him,
banning him from, or if there's anyone like that, stopping him from assuming that post. No law, okay. But morality. Most times, morality should be the watchword. But he gave us a very good reason why he thinks he should carry on with the job, and I want to agree with him. All senators are equal. We should understand that he is being the chairman. He still have a lot of a lot of power in that particular Senate committee. No matter that he won't be there present, the deputy.
But what will you wish for NNL?
The best. And it's shameful getting to know that NNL is gradually going down as the day goes by. We need to start doing something about the NNL. And
probably in the next couple of years, we should be able to hold Obinna Ogba to his words.
Yeah, exactly. If he doesn't do the job, he's telling everyone that he's capable of doing. So we should hold him to ransom if NNL does not develop to the stage that we want. And don't forget, even the LPFL is not developing.
So Obinna Ogba told me categorically one of his majors would be the sponsorship of the league. I would hold him to his words. Away from football, let's talk about Dambe, a traditional sport, boxing. We have a special report from our archives that will usher us proper into the Dambe issue.
You might think this is a regular exchange of fisticuffs by lawless young men here in the north, but far from it. This is a sporting business ongoing by these tough young men. This is Dambe, a traditional boxing that is widely common in the north for years now, but have suffered poor publicity and low prominence due to the low level of sponsorship and patronage by sports stakeholders in the north. No doubt, the sport is blossoming grassroots-wise, and according to AIT's investigations, one reason why Dambe is lowly rated nationwide is because local organizers see the sports as a means of livelihood and are afraid that government might hijack the sports from them, therefore taking away their source of income.
I am not sure the information is correct. I am an organizer. I am more than willing for the Dambe to be promoted by the government and sports ministry. I might be making income from the sports, but promoting the sport is more important to me, and the fighters who are going to benefit more if government gets involved.
If you look at it, how much are they making? How much are they making from the gate? But people come in just to celebrate. It's an enlightenment, entitlement, and it entertains people. That's why you see people here.
Dambe, no doubt, has won states from the north various accolades and fame, but sports stakeholders in the North are yet to take the traditional combat sports to the next level, despite the enormous lucrative potentials and the easy aspect of creating social re-engineering for restive youth who would be engaged in sports, thereby preventing them from taking to vices.
Dampe has been able to provide income for some of the youth in the North. Some who are jobless have resorted to the sports rather than going into crimes, while those who have been known to be notorious street fighters have instead taken to Dampe and are abiding by the rules of sportsmanship.
I think this is the best place government can come into to organize and allow them to reduce the jobless Nigerians from the street. I think Dambe is something that the government should know that there's something in Dambe. They should come and investigate and find out what is interesting in Dambe.
This is a sports making or money venture the sports stakeholders in Nigeria seems to be overlooking. Well, I heard your voice in that report. What did you see? Or this event held, some time ago. What did you see at the venue of?
Well, I saw young men eager to show how good they can box. Young men eager to make money from that traditional sports, but they don't have the publicity, they don't have the platform to showcase their talent. And the stakeholders in sports also in the North, they are not doing enough towards making sure this sports goes worldwide. The likes of Taekwondo.
This is a traditional sport that connotes a lot of meaning for our brothers and sisters, down north.
Exactly.
So can't that be the incentive for this sport, Dambe, to be cleaned up?
Exactly. That is even one of the reasons why we had to do this. This sport should be, it has enormous potential that should be tapped into and taken worldwide. Like one of the World Cups said, if we take this sport worldwide, it can give us a medal at the Olympics. But what do we have? We have lukewarm support for the sports as it stands, and it's not good at all. We can see the young men eager to box.
Do we say this is a less improved version of the UFC?
Well, I don't want to say the UFC, but UFC is mixed martial arts, but this is just more of boxing. But boxing with just one hand and with the kara. The kara is the glove, or what we call glove, but like a sheet wrapped around the hand.
Around the knuckle.
And around the knuckles, yeah, and all through to the wrist. And that's the only hand you can use to box your opponent. And it's a very lovely game.
Did you post to be hit? For somebody to hit you.
I don't want to stand someone hitting me. Although that you could see how they defend themselves like this also while eating. So they have their own defense mechanism. It's not just an all-comer affair where you just leave your face for someone to hit you, but they eat hard, and we saw that.
Well, let's talk the UEFA Champions League, which is shaping up as at today. Last quarter-final game between Manchester City and Lyon will complete the appearance. But we must not forget the annihilation of once almighty Barcelona by the Bavarians Bayern Munich last night. It is the heaviest defeat of Barca since the 8-0 defeat to Sevilla in 1946. Were you born then? And one of only 6 occasions on which they considered 8 goals or more. Where did all go wrong for Barcelona?
A very big question. And well, let's first of all start from the league for them. We saw how Real Madrid snatched the league from them. They were coasting ahead before Madrid came from behind and took it.
No, when we talk of Real Madrid, Barcelona. I seem to disagree to a little extent. Madrid is not just the other club.
So you feel it's more than the other club in the Spanish La Liga.
See, Barcelona is hungry. Madrid has the right and the competence to be hungry for the title.
Sure.
So if Madrid, took the league title from Barcelona, it's not new.
Of course it's not new, but we just asked the question, where did it get wrong for them? And I just went back and told you how the house fell apart for Barca, and it has translated to the 8-2 annihilation of the team by almighty Bayern Munich.
Did you see the result coming, or you saw a victory?
I saw a victory
for
not
Bayern.
Not an embarrassing victory in the sense for a giant in European football. I talk about Barcelona. I never saw that coming. But we saw this before against the same Bayern. 4-0 it ended in 2013 before Barca went. They had the return leg, and unfortunately there's no return leg in this situation. Probably if there was a return leg, someone said it might get to about 20. Who knows?
Okay, let's just take a review of the first two quarterfinals. Atalanta started it against Paris Saint-Germain. It ended 2-1. Neymar, my player, was voted, or I voted him man of the match in that encounter. And RB Leipzig, a team that was founded a few years ago.
Yes.
It's playing in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Edged past Atletico Madrid by 2-1. So, were this result predictable?
Well, we all know what Leipzig has got to offer. They have the hunger. And the same thing we expected from Atalanta before they fizzled out.
Leipzig has the hunger, but Atletico should have had
the upper hand,
the experience.
Exactly, but most times one will always overshadow the other. The hunger, who needs it more, and Leipzig at that point needed it more than Atletico as it stands, and that was how they snatched that victory away from Atletico in that night. So I believe Leipzig, well, I don't want to say this will be their last swan song. Who knows, anything might happen in the semis.
Manchester United versus Lyon. Some persons are probably making a mistake that the Super Eagles made at France 98, taking off Denmark or overlooking Denmark and saying we want to play Brazil. Most persons have given this match before 90 minutes to Man City.
Even say Man City, writing off Lyon and saying Man City will meet Bayern so quick. And I'm telling them, please, this is football. Anything can happen. It's not over until the fat lady sings. And so we shouldn't just write off Lyon. And Lyon might spring surprise. And I saw one communique from Lyon saying they will tap from the expense of PSG. And PSG were able to also win Atalanta to see how they can have a very good one against Manchester City. But we should not forget, Manchester City too, they're a very formidable side and a very high goal scoring side. So Lyon should be careful. They should be very careful before they get battered also.
Well, Lyon took out Juventus. It means that they have something going for them. But let's look at
balance. So let's
look at the fate of Barcelona's coach, Kike. End of the road?
Definitely. Joseph Bartomeu will not allow that man be in that club next season. I don't know if he'll be sacked in the next 24 hours or maybe in the course of the week, but I know he will not be retaining that position going to next season.
The loss yesterday, Barcelona to Bayern, was it a coach's problem, or you had a better 11 from the Bavarian against a Barca side?
Just like begging the question for my Barry, we had a better Bavarian 11, a Bavarian side that has been eating other teams everywhere. We saw they also annihilated Chelsea over 2 legs, so we shouldn't be surprised if we see them in the final. Bayern has the finals in their grasp. It's theirs to lose, if you ask me.
Okay, meanwhile, it's the first time we'll be having the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League since 2005, I guess, without Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, it's a good one. At least it's telling us that these guys are aging and they're living the same.
End of the road for both.
I won't want to say categorically it's end of the road for them. They might spring a surprise next season, but it's telling us to be prepared, not to be seeing them in reckoning in the nearest future. Messi is 33 years. Ronaldo should be 34, 35, if I'm not mistaken. So, and it's telling on them. We saw Messi yesterday.
Is there a hair apparent waiting?
Well, you want me to say Neymar, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure on Neymar, but let's watch out. We might see the likes of Mbappe is also showing the desire to want to take the world by storm. But let's watch out.
Okay, I'll tell you the player knows the hair. And as we hit the home stretch, let's talk about Nasarawa United immortalizing their fallen hero Chineme Martins by resting his number 20 jersey. Can we say it's a step in the right direction? A quick word?
Yeah, the step in the right direction. I believe that's the best they can do for the late young man.
Okay, we won't fail to inform you that Uganda's Joshua Kiptegi produced a brilliant display of solo running to break Kwena Kenisia Bekele, 16-year-old, 5,000 meters world record by almost 2 seconds at the Monaco Diamond League meeting on Friday night. Cheptegei had predicted a world record run in the first Diamond League meeting of the season and duly delivered as he clocked 12 minutes 35.36 seconds, destroying the 12 minute 37.35 that Bekele set in the Netherlands in 2004. What an athlete! He has predicted and accomplished it. Thanks, OC, for being part of the program,
Pleasure
for producing and getting to do some of the analysis.
Thank you.
We will be back next week, Saturday, same time, same station, God willing, to do more on sports. Thanks for watching, and to every other person that has had a hand in the day's edition of the program, we'd say do have for yourself a splendid weekend.
What an awesome name. Jesus, ruler, master, friend, awesome redeemer, that is who you are. Jesus, ruler,